from the beginning. Here, I'm streaming live. That way, I can make people can make reference to the meeting. Okay, so here we are. So, as I said earlier, so let's go again. So this competition includes a paper competition, it includes poster competition and development. Why, I'm a bit puzzled why this thing is admit. See, the thing is, and for some reason my computer is echoing. I'm trying to figure out what am I doing wrong. It's still echoing. Are you hearing an echo? Anybody?
No.
Hello? Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, but we're not hearing any echo.
Okay. I'm just going to turn down my. Wait, let me see. Talk again. So let me see if I can hear you. If I turn down my mic.
Hello.
Stefan? Oh
Yes,
no!
yes.
When I turn down my mic, I can't hear you. Okay. I just I'm gonna. I have to wait. I'm unfortunately gonna have to hear myself. Okay. Well, this didn't happen to me before. Not sure why it's happening today. Okay. So here we go again. So the contest for the paper competition is to create a journal article that is between 1,500 to 6,000 words. It is so that you can publish in JAS or some other peer reviewed journal. That won't be part of the process. The idea is that the best ones with your supervisor will encourage you to publish. No paper should be longer than 16 pages, including tables and figures, and that's not to include the references and appendix. But remember now, a 1,500 word paper could be like 4 to 5 pages long. So we're not saying, I'm just saying no longer than 16 pages, which I think you guys should be fine. The assessment will be for originality, significance, clarity, impact, and soundness. And this is respecting you to use these things in the paper, a title page, and abstract keywords, introduction, literature review, methods, results, conclusion, references, and these two are optional. This is straight from Just. That's why I have the link there. Different papers have different guidelines. Well, basically, almost every paper has these kind of things. You have hopefully all been reading papers, so you have some idea. The poster competition is is the idea is to disseminate projects at an event or conference. So you're not doing the poster just for the poster competition's sake. All posters are evaluated for presentation and visual impact. It's also evaluated for ease of understanding by non-specialists, as in non-experts. And it could be used in UTech Research Day, in the annual meeting of the Jamaica Computer Society, and we're also targeting in January 2022 the first international conference. And some of you would have graduated, but you could still enter because it would be for a project when you were a student. Now that's obviously optional. And this is happens to be the conference team at that conference. And there's going to be a development competition. I have not yet figured out the criteria, but the idea is to present your prototype or major development to the panelists. And so, what are the guidelines for the competition? You're going to be required to register via online form, even if you've sent the email before, but that form has to be created, which will be shortly. You're encouraged to attend meetings. It's not required, just encouraged. We're going to talk about that in a minute. You should submit a PDF by the deadline to this same Google Classroom that we've been using for major project. So we said this before, the paper should be between 1,500 to 6,000, no longer than 16 pages, excluding references and appendices. So that means it could even be 20 pages by the time you add in references and appendices. Posters should be landscape, and they should be, as most posters in the world are, since you're not going to print them, but this is the orientation, the same as a letter size, sideways. And there must be a border, and you should have a good poster title that should be short with all the names of the people who are in the project and the institution, which is UTEC, of course, University of Technology, Jamaica. By the way, Jamaica is in the name of the university. And then for posters, you can do either traditional format or infographic. So you can watch this YouTube, which tells you about how to do it, and there's a template for this particular approach. Actually, there are other ways to do infographics than just this one, but this is a research-based approach. And the traditional one is to have a poster that has introduction, methods, results, and conclusions. And you should either have numbers on it so you can tell what panel you go from, or you can put arrows so people can know which order to look at the boxes in the poster. And with the poster, you give an oral presentation. The papers won't be presented. And then these are some references. So you can read these papers about writing papers. And then I obviously looked up too many papers on academic posters. The ones that are highlighted in yellow are the ones that are about, I think, are the ones that I think are better. So like, for example, this one basically tells us that nurses that looked at infographics found that aesthetic was the most important, and they told you what aspects of aesthetics was important, followed by the title. That was the two things that they found out from that particular research-based paper on scientific posters. Anyway, you can look at these. And by the way, it's interesting, this Nicholas Rowe, somebody I know online through Facebook, he did his PhD on poster presentations, and he has a book on it, and he actually has books on other things, but he's interesting online to interact with on Facebook. But he has a number of papers on poster presentations because he did his whole PhD on that. Yeah, so that's an overview. So I'm going to stop sharing. So earlier I shared, let me share it again. Earlier I shared, it's already on the, so the idea is there are 14 groups that are eligible automatically. Anybody not in this list of 14 people can also apply for the competition. It has to be that obviously you would have to have, here's the conditions. Condition one, you for the poster and the paper, you must have presented in the final Viva already. Sorry, by the way, for those who don't know, 14 groups did not present that have been registered for major project. 14 did not. There are 45 groups and 14 did not present. So either you must have presented and gotten a grade of B- or above, or your supervisor would have indicated it's a good project. There must be some basis, because we don't really want people vying for prizes that their project is abysmal. But the point is, anybody could be eligible. We're not really, so basically, if you're not in these top 14, you can still apply. Because remember, there's also the best prototype. Right, so that's really it. So the next thing you would ask me is where is the form? I need to create it. So, any questions or concerns?
This is all voluntary, right?
Come again?
This is all voluntary, correct?
It's all voluntary, definitely voluntary.
All right. Thank you.
This is optional. So for those who are interested, there is a possibility that there will be prizes. I'm not sure whether there will be monetary prizes. Waiting to get the confirmation that there will be monetary prizes. For those who don't know, every year UTech gives Best Major Project Award. And based on my thinking right now, and I'm the Major Project Coordinator, only people who decide to compete will be, based on my thinking, will be eligible for Major Project Award, but obviously Major Project Award, the best project is an optional thing. Any other concern or question? So I talked to a colleague earlier who was suggesting that instead of a big group meeting, that we have meetings for each group separately. I don't know if I agree with this separate part, but I definitely want to know who would be willing to, which will be in a forum, who is interested in what part of the project. So let me just go there with people who are here. All the people who are here, let's start with, Kimberly. Let's start with Kimberly. Kimberly Webb, is your group interested in paper or poster or development or all of the above? Let's start with her. Kimberly?
I guess we'd be interested in all three for now, and then I guess we'll decide whether or not we'll continue doing all three. But we're open to all three.
Okay. I saw she gone. Oh, I'm sorry, because I'm having a feedback. I'm hearing it. I was going to ask Sabrina, but I don't see her anymore. So who should I ask next?
Sabrina is a part of Kimberly and my group.
Oh, group. Okay. So Nick here.
Who made 40. It took Gail Bowlers just 6 of.
Yeah, man, I heard. Yeah, man, no problem.
Nick
Pearson.
Yes, miss.
Do you know what your group wants to do? Or
well,
you're waiting to hear?
Yeah, we'd have to confirm with our supervisor.
Okay, who's your supervisor again?
Mr. Derek Logan.
Oh, Mr. Logan. Okay. Is she Horton? Who's your supervisor?
My supervisor is McNamara, Miss McNamara. And I would have to I'd have to talk to my group because I'm not quite sure. But chances are we would not be interested in the poster, but we have the development and might do the paper, but I don't think any of us would be interested in that, even if. So I have to talk to my group and verify that.
Tony and Walters, are you in a group that's talked already? Is it a different way? Who is here who is not in representing a group that I haven't asked a question to?
My group.
Brandon, go ahead.
Yeah, my group isn't exactly sure as to which one we want.
Brandon, who's your supervisor?
Mr. Clark. Roran.
Oh, Roran Clark?
Yes, miss.
Okay, Okay, all right. So you guys are not interested, you're not sure. Okay, so, all right. Well, I guess that's it then. The thing about it, guys, any kind of help I'm going to give would have to be based on, it's either your supervisors can help you, or it could be that in a, whatever you call it, there can be some assistance, but I think it should be more targeted. that's really it. I just wanted to have a short meeting just to give an overview. So, is it clear to everybody?
Yes, miss, it's clear.
Okay. Well, that's it. I guess the last question I have for you is who would like a meeting to assist with the process? Is there anybody who wants a meeting? I mean, any additional meeting before the final project? You know, like it's supposed to be August. I think it's, I'm not sure what date. Early August. Would you want assistance, guys? Let me say it a different way. Would you prefer
Miss,
assistance from your supervisor only, or would you like it from also?
miss, I think the main issue is that most of us would have to communicate with our members about the, what aspects of the competition we'd want to participate in. Is there any other way to get to you for assistance? Not now per se, but after the communication happened. Miss, miss, hello.
Is there any other way? Well, I
Oh,
guess the question is yes, Ramon?
because I thought you weren't hearing me. I was saying that.
I'm hearing.
Oh, okay.
I don't like to be called Miss. Oh. Anyway, I'm hearing because I'm hearing an echo, so that is confusing me. So the short answer to what you're saying is I'm hearing.
Oh, okay.
Romain, let me just answer the question. I am just trying to figure out if it makes sense to have additional meetings. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to create a form, people fill out the form and get a sense from that. Because right about now, I'm actually thinking of, I don't know about you all, I am quite tired from all my activities. So I only want to have meetings if it's going to be helpful. And plus I'm very busy. So we could have meetings if it would be useful. But you know my email, so you could email me, and plus there'll be a form.
Oh, okay. All right. Understood.
Right. So guys, I think that's it. There doesn't seem to be any other question. Tony and Kimberly, Stefan, Brandon.
No, miss.
Oh, miss, no questions here.
No questions here either, miss.
Okay. All right. So guys, that's it. So have a good evening, and all the congratulations on. I think everybody here passed the mini vivo, so congratulations on doing that. And don't forget, you still have to finish your overall chapter 1 to 5, so you still have work to do on that.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Take care now.
Evening.
Bye bye.
Bye.